Hello everyone, welcome back to Voice of Madison Park. On this edition of the show, today we are talking about Career Exploration Month, and I have two special guests with me who will discuss what MP is doing in this month and celebrating career exploration throughout the year.
About 4 years ago, a number of us got together and formed the Career Champions Network with the sole purpose of linking up with the students, the faculty, and staff at Madison Park High School in order to do whatever we could to help the students and the faculty and the staff make Madison Park even a better school. Right. We've had roughly 30 to 40 people who've participated at one time or another as part of the Career Champions Network. We've raised some real funds, which has allowed us to fund things at the school, like the Cardinal of the Month program, and now a sneakers program. We're now organizing field trips for almost every department and every program in the school. I know I'm taking a group over to WGBH to see media, and we're also going over to the Colonnade Hotel to learn about all the things they do in hospitality. Shayla's taking them to various places so that students on these field trips will begin to see, this is what I could do. I succeed at Madison Park, and I could have this job. Right. And many of these jobs pay very well. Some of these jobs that we're talking about right out of high school pay $40,000, $50,000, even if you don't go to college. I've been very excited about it because we desperately need to replace our aging workforce with young people like you and others here at Madison Park who have the skills and the talent to keep our economy strong.
Jefferson, let me add, so as Barry said, Career Champions Network has been around for about 4 years. There's a couple of other big pieces. We're going to talk some more, I know, about the field trip project in a minute. But we are also really interested in elevating the amount of business partnering and labor union partnering that happens here. So another body of work we're going to not talk so much about today is to help each program, and you know there are 20 different programs here at Madison Park covering a wide range of occupations. Each one has a program advisory board. So our network, which is a pretty deep, substantial network, is working now to help this school elevate each of its program advisory boards with the input and guidance of the teachers. So right. Each teacher relies on that program advisory board, and that's another project we're doing. We're also really involved in helping the school focus on clean energy as an important industry. We're helping the school focus on improving its college and career advising with the project called MyCap. You may have heard of it. It's how you navigate on Naviance, your future planning.
The program advisory boards in each of the programs here are made up of business and labor leaders who help the faculty keep up to date with the latest technology in that field, with the latest certifications that are needed, with the latest safety equipment that is needed. And that way we can help make sure that Madison Park is on the cutting edge of all of these very important industries here in Boston.
You had a quote, and would you like to answer the quote?
Want me to give you the quote?
Yeah.
This is well known in my circles. You have to see it to be it. Meaning, for all the students here who are in one of these 20 programs, including you, Jefferson, getting out in the larger community to see professionals, adults doing the jobs you're training for, to see what it looks like, talk to those people, get a feel for it, get inspired by it. Right. I think a lot of young people in all sorts of settings, including Madison, have interests, but they don't really know what it looks like and what it would be. A field trip is a really powerful piece. Yeah. It may only be a one-day experience. It's not full immersion. It's not co-op, which is something we're really also dedicated to. But a field trip can show it to you, and it can layer a young person's understanding of what's out in the world. So, yeah, field trips. We're really interested in this.
Big on that.
Yeah.
I think it really just helps to get. I like that quote because you have to see it to be it. Yeah. You have to indulge yourself in where you want to be to become it. It's like especially if it's a dream, you can't just dream about it. You gotta chase it. Yeah. And
I'm very excited about that part because I know even for myself, when I go out and I see something, I realize, boy, I could do that. I need the training for it. Right. But this would be a really satisfying occupation for me. And I've had several occupations, and every one of them has turned out to be something that I enjoyed because I saw it and then became it.
And what are some field trips you guys would say that has helped a vocation so much? Like one of your favorites field trips you've done?
That's a good question. So I'm just going to think about the ones we're setting up right now that I think are really relevant and help answer your question. One example is happening today. Today is April 5th, and there's a group of sophomores right now at an Eversource facility, the big electrical company, seeing up close and personal what it really looks like to do all that kind of substantial electrical work. And we're excited about hearing how it went when they get back. We have students going to Flower Bakery, which is a renowned local baker. Barry's facilitated a visit coming up to the Colonnade Hotel for hospitality. The Allied Health students are going to the Museum of Science, where they're going to particularly look at the human anatomy exhibit, which I've never seen, but I gather. Did you ever see it, Barry?
No.
It's amazing. It's real human bodies that have been presented as for an exhibit. So, and there are many more. There's I think over 20 solid and another handful.
The one I think you might enjoy is we've set up a visit coming up later this month with WGBH, the public radio and TV station. And our friends over at GBH are excited about having Madison Park students come, learn all about the production of radio and TV in the public sector.
Yeah. And speaking of Madison Park, for the students out there, why do you think Madison Park is such a perfect or really good school to put such aid in?
Well, I can say as a labor economist, and the reason why we have a lot of business leaders supporting us and supporting Madison Park is that a lot of the current workforce are getting older, like me. They're going to retire soon. Where are we going to get the electricians? Where will the carpentries come from? How about the chefs? How about the people who run the hotels? Or dental assisting, or any one of these fields. All the other high schools in Boston teach a lot of important stuff. But it's only Madison Park that's really preparing students for these very important jobs that we all need. You can't get a plumber in this city anymore. I needed a light bulb, a light fixture fixed. It took me 3 months to get an electrician to come over and do it.
Wow.
So when students come out of the program here, they may go into an apprenticeship and then become journeymen in those fields. They're going to have all the work they'll ever want. And of course, make a very good living at it.
Very true.
No other school in Boston does that. You do.
I'm going to add, Jefferson, that there's something special about a vocational, or these days we tend to say career technical high schools. And what's special about it is that you get to have what educators like myself call hands-on learning, experiential learning. You spend almost half your time in the context of your occupational area, your program of study. We're sitting right now in the media department of Madison Park. I'm looking out. There's audience room, there's equipment all over the place, there's sound booth. This is the real deal, and it's hands-on for you and your colleagues, students who are taping and filming, are getting to have a form of learning that is the best kind of learning. Everybody knows in education that you learn best by doing, and that's what's so unusual about Madison Park and about all the other career technical high schools around the state and country. Young people not only to get trained for those important jobs that Barry just talked about, but you have a form of learning that is the best form of learning. And young people who only get to have classroom instruction don't get that value. So done right and well, students here and students in this kind of education are really, you're internalizing literacy skills, oral communication. You're a very good public speaker, Jefferson.
Thank you.
That's because you're doing it. And numeracy skills, you're analyzing numbers, you're problem solving. This kind of education is extremely valuable for learners, for students. So that's another reason why we're excited to help this school really shine, because it offers a lot to young people.
And the Career Champions Network, now over 4 years old, has worked very closely with the administration here, trying to figure out all of the things we might be able to do to make the experience at Madison Park more rewarding. And we've also raised some money, so if students need some equipment to do their occupation, we'll help pay for some of that stuff.
Right. That's good.
If we're very proud of the fact that for all these 4 years we've supported the Cardinal of the Month program to reward outstanding students who have high attendance and do very well in school, reward them for the work they're doing. As we said, we work a lot with the business community, and they're getting involved probably more than they ever have, not only because they want to do the right thing, but they need it. So I've been excited about it. I love telling people that I spent 53 years teaching in universities, Boston College, UMass Boston, Northeastern.
Yeah.
And finally, with the Career Champions Network here at Madison Park, I've graduated to high school. And I love the idea to be working with this particular high school because of the promise it has for the students.
The future.
And the future.
Yeah. And I have a question for you. Shayla says, how is student feedback going to be addressed through?
So we got very organized about that. So Jefferson, you're asking about the feedback on the field trips themselves. So, you know, we have some talent in our midst, and we have a very effective online survey that students are going to be able to take after they finish their experience. And we're really curious to hear if all these field trips fall into place and all the students come who we hope will come, it'll be something around 400 students getting out across the region.
Wow.
That's a big portion of this school.
Yeah.
There are about 1,200 11 or 1,200 students here. So approximately a third of the student population will be out and about in really interesting places. So we want to know how it goes. We want to know if the site was interesting, if they learned something, if it related to their personal planning.
And how we could improve the field trips.
Right. Yeah.
So if you get to go to the GBH one, you'll have to ask your teacher if you're going to be in that group.
Right.
We don't know if the seniors are going. It might be, you know, a younger group.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is Career Champion Network for, like, who is it really for? Is it for seniors, juniors, sophomores?
All the
It's
students.
all of them?
Yeah.
Not only the students, but we try and help the faculty and the administration here.
Yeah.
We are dedicated to this school. None of us are getting paid to do this. We're all volunteers. But for most of us, this is about the most exciting thing we're doing now.
Right.
And every time we see a student here succeed, it makes us smile.
Yeah. Makes the future look brighter too.
We hope
Not
so.
only for
We hope
them,
so.
not only for the students and their family, but for the city, for the community.
Right.
The kids who graduate from this school are absolutely critical to the future of Boston.
It is. And I wanna kind of smooth it out here and ask, in the long term, what is really Career Champion Network for?
I'll take a shot at that.
What's the goal for the long term?
We hope to stand by the side of the school for the long haul. We're looking at ways to, you know, keep our organization strong and effective. We recruit for our own membership so that we can be good allies. A school like this really, you know, most high schools need good partners, but a school like this is dependent on them. And as we talked about the program advisory boards, those are all partners to the school. So we recognize that a school that has aspires to getting young people out into many, many different kinds of fields needs to have a very robust partnership alliance. So I would say, Barry, our goal is to keep going steady as we go. There's all sorts of exciting things happening for this school, as you know.
Right.
There's a redesign process that is going to transform this building. There's ongoing interesting projects that are lifting up the learning experience. We foresee the day that folks are going to be competing to get in here.
Yeah.
That this is going to be a highly prized location to go to school, and it should be, and we think it will be. So we're going to be excited to help with that, that sort of continuing transformation into a very, very popular school. We're convinced that this is a school that many students will want to be at very soon.
We're also able to work with many of the political leaders of the city and the state. So we've had Mayor Wu here at Madison Park. I think she may be the first mayor who's ever come here.
Yeah. I
And
missed that day, actually. It was crazy.
She's just a phenomenal mayor. But we're trying to help tell the story of how important Madison Park is. Let's be fair, let's be honest. Many people in the city do not see Madison Park as one of the best high schools.
Yeah. You hear
We're
it
going to
outside
turn
a
that
lot.
around. We're going to help you turn that around. And as we do it, we're also going to advertise it. We're going to go out and let people know, particularly young people who are trying to figure out what they want to do, and let those young people and their parents know this is a great place to come. Your kids are going to do well here, and they'll set them up for a great future. So we do a lot of media, we work with political leadership, we work with business leadership, we work with union leadership, and we just try and do whatever we can with the advice of the administration and faculty here to make sure that Madison Park's future is going to be bright and powerful.
And I hear about it. I heard about it that next year you guys are going to do like a big transformation on the school. And even when I won't be here, I'm really excited for it because, you know, I know people that I know from middle school that will get here in like next year and stuff. And it's like, it's really exciting. And I'm excited for them to even join my program that I'm in and get to know it. But yeah, all I can really say is thank you, because a lot of kids don't understand what's being worked on behind the scenes. And I hope that this interview can really brighten the light on that, because you guys are really doing amazing work. So thank you.
Well, I can tell you, we love the work we're doing here with you. We love you, the students, we love the faculty, we love the staff. At my age, I've almost come to the point where I think of you as family.
And Jefferson, by the way, I think you're a senior. You're closing in on graduation. But then you get to become an alumni, at which point you can stay close and you can be active. And if your future unfolds the way you hope and you stay in this kind of business, you'll become an illustrious alum, and you can come back and help the school from that position, and that will be, you'll be like us. You'll be an external partner.
And I can tell you, Jefferson, having met you today, I'm going to watch you as your career unfolds.
Thank you, thank you.
I can't wait to see you on the big screen.
That's the dream, man. That's the hope. Well, again, let's thank Shayla Stewart and Barry Bluestone for coming here and talking about the opportunities they have for us and the great future that we foresee for this school. I can't wait, and I'm guessing everyone in Madison can't wait. So thank you for coming. And
our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Nice to meet you, Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Take care.
Of course.